Okay, so after you do your last color that was in the middle and do forward knots going all the way to the right, white will be, or whatever color, should be all in the middle now. And you're just going to repeat all those steps. You're going to take the middle color and you're going to do backward knots all to the left. And then you're going to have a new middle color and you're going to take all those threads, starting with the closest to the right, and do forward knots all the way to the right. And then again, starting with the thread closest to the left, backward knots to your left, and then starting with the closest thread to the right, forward knots to your right. So I'm gonna take a little bit and finish this bracelet, and I'll show you what the end results look like. Okay? Okay, so it's been a little bit and we have done sections all the way down. The design part, you want to do the length of whosever wrist you're doing it. So I've measured this on my daughter's wrist, and it will go all the way from end to end around her wrist. So the rest of it, to make the adjustable band, you need to measure the wrist around your hand where your thumb knuckle is, because that's the widest part of your hand. So the end part, you just take the extra thread and you can do a wrap or a braid. You just do some sort, or you don't even have to do anything, you can just leave them plain. So I've done about like 3 inches here, about 3 inches or so. And now we're going to take the bracelet, whoops, sorry, because it was clipped under our clipboard, and there's a knot up there, and you take a blunt tipped needle, not sharp because it will damage the craft thread, and you just work it under your thread, and it helps loosen it so you can pull it out of its knot. Okay, so now you're going to braid this part a couple inches down, or whatever it is you need. So you just take the sections, make this so you can see it better. Sorry. So you take the 3 colors of the thread, divide them into 3 sections, or I just try and divide them evenly. So if I had 6 threads, 6 strands, I would divide them into 2, and then you just braid them. And you just keep going, and I usually try and make one end the same length as the other. And what I mean by that is where this braid starts, we're going to make them the same, these braids the same length. Okay, and I usually braid just a little bit longer, and then I wrap it around and make a knot and the braid is knotted in with it. Okay, so now we're going to wrap it around. And pull all of your threads through. And then this is where I make sure that the braids are the same length or close there to it. And I pull the knot to wherever it needs to be. Okay, and then so just make sure that the knots are real tight. And then you're going to cut the ends. Oh, pretty close to the knots. That's what I do. And when we're all done and everything, just kind of even those up a little bit. I use fabric tack. I put a little dab on the ends of the threads so they don't fray in or come out of the knots or anything. But we'll do that in a little bit. So now what you're going to do now you're going to take some tape and you're going to kind of lay these like this. So you're going to tape the bracelet down. So this way when you're trying to make the adjustable part, it doesn't move too much on you, and you can... Okay, so where we're doing the adjustable part, we're going to be doing it right here. So you take a string of thread, about 6 to 8 inches long. I usually pick one of the colors that I've used in the bracelet so it matches, but you can do whatever. Okay. So how you're going to start it out, you're going to put a loop up at the top. Hold on one second. This part I think takes patience because I mess it up frequently. So you make a loop on one side, and with you put a loop over the ends that you're going to make the adjustable part with. So you put the loop on one side and the 2 free ends on the other side. You take one of the free ends, let's start with the left, go over the thread on the right, go under your 2 parts of the braided bracelet, and then you're going to come up through the loop, and then you're going to grab that free end that came up through the loop, and you're going to grab your other free end, and you're going to pull like so. And now you're going to do it with the loop towards the bottom, and you're going to take the free end on the right, go over the free end on the left, go under the bracelet braided part, and come up through the loop. grab the free ends and pull. This is kind of like a square knot, I think, or a cobra knot.